All right. It has been uh, a while, if I'm being honest. If we are being honest, it has been a minute. I just pulled it up. It has been, I think, over 1 year exactly since I've put anything on the channel of any substance whatsoever. Before that, I think it was Reels. Or after that, I think it was Reels. Um, so I guess this one could be yearly updates. Yearly updates. With peckish pubes. Um, some stuff happened in the personal life. Things are going good. We moved. As you can see, there's more stuff back there. Uh, it's been good. It's been good. I can't lie. We've been treated. God has blessed us, to say the least. Um, a year in review, without getting overtly like too personal. New job. Moved again, hence new place. Uh, we moved many miles. Had a lot of fun on the move. The cat that we now own, which litter box is in that closet, by the way, and smells horrible on the day to day. Like you change it. Okay, that's not true. It doesn't smell horrible. It's just like he poops a lot and pees a lot in a day. He's a fiend. He's an absolute menace. It's gross. It's so bad. So, not ideal for the gamer room. Not really a lot of other places to put it though, if we're being honest. At least in a place where like it would not affect guests. No sponsors. We bought a bed frame. We got the wrong color. We went and complained, and they gave us the right color bed frame. So they let us keep the old bed frame. And that bed frame, which I was not aware of, I thought it was like a Photoshop, really poor like design on the Amazon website for it. Apparently not the case. The RGB LED strips are very much in play on this bed frame, which I was unaware of. I'm not using them for that. I have not been a huge fan of RGB styled equipment. Just in general, it's not typically my go-to when I think about like designing, And you know what? Some people that is their jam. And you know what? Maybe I think less of them because of it, but I'm not going to tell them that. um so my thought here, which I don't know if it's going to work. It should. Um because I was worried because I don't know if all LED strips come with tape on the back of them. I know when you buy them from the store and like the intention is to tape them, then yeah, they do. But the bed frame had clips in them for the strips, which obviously didn't get used. So I have two sets of LED strips, not aware of whether or not they can be daisy chained. Only because I like I didn't like go into when I bought the bed frame. I didn't like go in looking for LED capabilities, But the thought here is either the roof or the floors. I really do not know yet. But I'm thinking we don't have a lamp in here. So if we started on like maybe there's a plug-in right there, run it behind the bookshelf and up and over as far as it will go, and then use the other one to go the other direction and see how that goes. So I think what I'm going to do is unravel this entirely and see what happens. Pop the Quick glance, not gonna work. Um, but okay, I'm sorry. I get distracted so easily. Um, Interesting. Okay. Okay. Quick glance. It was a little over a year ago. So let's see. I went to Renfest with my fiance at the time. I believe fiance. Maybe she was still a girlfriend. I do not remember. Um, Got hammered. This was like we hadn't even been dating that long, and I just showed up, and I was like, "Renfest, baby," wasted. She does not have a license. Oopsies. And uh, we spent like 30, 40 minutes in the parking lot just so I could be like capable, just so I could be capable of the 5 minute drive. In game though, in game that didn't happen. And That was fun. Got hammered at Runfest. Spent I think it was pretty soon after that I got called for an interview. Hopped on a plane, did an interview, waited a couple months. Um, got a call. They were like, "Hey, buddy, you're not a pile of garbage. We'll take you. We'll take you. You're not a gross, disgusting beast." Um, Immediately followed up to with that, and okay, so I get the hiring call with my I think yeah girlfriend, and in the room, right? So I answer it, and I'm like, "Hello," and then they're like, "You got the job, buddy," and I was like, "Oh!" I freaked out. I was jumping on furniture. I was fist pumping. I immediately made some follow up calls. I was like, "Guys, I got the job. Please, I got the job. I'm so happy." Um, and then hit the girlfriend at the time with the, "Hey, you want to move across the country with me? You know how we've only known each other for like 4 weeks. You should like move across the country, bruh." Um, Anyways, talked her into it. The sucker. Um, we got engaged and then married at some point. I don't know. I think we got married. I'll have to talk to her about that. She'll have to confirm whether or not we're married. Um, but according to the courts, she is locked in. Um, we moved back. I lived with my mommy for a little bit. After we lived with mommy for a little bit, uh, finally got a place. Got a place. Wow! 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 Oh, I've been meaning to make more time to do this stuff. But again, new job, and I think I've said it before. This isn't my job. These are giggles. These are giggles. So yeah. Um it's nice. It's nice. I think like overall, pretty good. Pretty good. I barely have any time to play games, which means I barely have any time to sit down and do edits. So I figure now that things have slowed down, I might do a couple of these. Might throw them around. Uh, the woman might make an appearance at some point, or not, and she'll just be like a ghost in the closet. Um, or maybe I lock her in a room and she's not allowed out until I give her permission. Maybe. And this is just decor. Um, I used to talk about that all the time. Uh, and this is huge. All right. Be yourself. Don't not be yourself, right? But also there is an extent by which that you have to like, I call it staging, which is it sounds so serial killery. But you stage, right? When we had originally started dating, anytime she was coming over, the apartment was staged. Like it was already like cleaned up. which I think that maybe I don't know if she likes that or not. To be honest, I imagine it can be annoying, but like I'm super picky about like things being picked up. Like, it has to be picked up. It doesn't have to look like put together or whatever, but it should look picked up. All right, like this. If I walked away and left this here, that would drive me insane. It has to be picked up in general. So not clean. So the house would always be clean before she came over. But if she was coming over, now the books are like laying out in a certain way. Maybe I set the table if it wasn't prior, like you said. So I just staging, make the place look like it was lived in. Like when you walk into a hotel room, right? And like everything is like put in a certain way, and you're like, oh, okay, but also not quite, right? It's like hotel meets like partially lived in Airbnb because you want it to look lively, but you don't want it to look like serial killer, like neat, where like you move a book and it's like, oh, that's the general idea, at least for me. Um, so here's the thought: I only have so much cable, right? Um, my idea, which I've already said, is right there. The follow up to that thought is this plug in is rather long. Bottom plug, extend it past the bookshelf, run it up from there, maybe, and then see what that looks like. I'm not entirely sure. Follow up, me and my friends are into D&D. Due to certain circumstances, me and my wife could not participate in D&D for a little while. Not because of the drama with the friends and the homies. It was just like the timing of it. Like you get there at like I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock, maybe 5:30 or whatever, and then D&D was supposed to start at like 6, but we wouldn't start till like 7 or 8, and then we'd be there for like 4 or 5 hours. We're running on like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock some days. I was like, guys, I work. I gotta be up. I go to bed at 8 o'clock every night. What are we doing? So we ended up stopped. So we ended up not going to D&D anymore. But obviously, I still like D&D. I still play D&D. And after some discussion uh, with some other people who are on a kind of a more similar schedule, we kind of collaborated onto a we can play D&D, but we'll do it at our place or another friend's place, and we'll do it earlier on a Sunday or something, or a Saturday, and then we'll be done by 8 o'clock, and then that way it's not that big of a deal. And the other location, the other options for like hosting are way closer, because it used to be like, oh, D&D ends at 6 or like 10 or 11, but we still have a 30-minute drive home, so no thank you. That is no longer the case, which has been huge. But work got really busy, so we slowed down on it. After of which, we then just recently picked up last night. That was fun. What I'm realizing is, I've never DM'd before, and now I am DMing, and I am having panic attacks. And my wife's a player, so every time the other players leave, I'm like, so did I do a good job? Did I do a good job? I don't know how we did. I do a good job. I don't know. And so follow up to this morning was, hey, was that okay? Was that good? Did I do a good job? So a lot of weird things that okay. So what I was talking about to her this morning was the dungeon they're in. Well, most of them are new players. The people that we got this new group with, they like D&D, but they never played. So I was like, well, I've played a bunch. I've never DM'd, but surely, like, I've played a bunch. I got a general idea of what's going on most of the time, and I'm not super obsessive about it. Like, I said this to a coworker earlier this week. Was I like D&D, But like, I'm not gonna sit down and watch like a podcast about D&D. Like, I just enjoy playing it. I'm the same way with like basketball or football or soccer. Like, you'll never catch me like sitting down to watch a game at the end of a workday or something. What you will see is if someone were to invite me to go play that, I would then go do that thing because that's fun. But to not do like, let's see, I need to turn this off. It's driving me insane. But to sit down and watch it, like that's not fun to me. So I will play D&D happily. I will sit down and write stuff for D&D happily. But you're never gonna see me like sit down. Like that's not true. Like this just shows the shows that they made for those people. Those are cool. But I'm never gonna like, hello. I'm not streaming. It's a video. You wanna say hi? Just take a hand over and go. Whoo. Okay. Kissy. Kissy. There's literally no one, by the way. I'm just talking to myself. You okay? Yeah. Want something? Yeah. Want this penis? She said no, guys. We're cooked. That's a bad sign, I think. What was I saying? Oh. Yeah. What are they called? They did the show, the Vox Machina show. You know the show. The only one that's coming to my mind is Legends of Evantris, but that's just because I think they're funny. And I've never even sat down to watch like a thing. I just see the clips on like YouTube or Facebook or something. Okay, let us see here. Here is the thought. I don't know how well it's going to work. Okay. We got it started. We just got to do it right, you know? Okay. Ugh. Now, typically, I hold the opinion that LED strips and RGB is dumb, stupid, and also gay. I am aware that other people don't necessarily feel the same way about it. However, not going to change my opinion. Critical Role. That's what they are. Critical Role. Cool stuff. Love the show. Like, I would never diminish like the skills and talents of those individuals. Just not a show for me, you know? So I won't be glazing them for some unknown period of time. It's truly like, what was that show? Vox Machina, right? And then The Mighty Nine. Really great. Big fan. But you're only ever see me watching the animated editions. The animated editions. Now that being said, I see the clips. They're good. I'm entertained. I know that like obviously within the big D&D world, you have like Brennan Lee Mulligan and like the whole Dropouts crew that does all that stuff. And again, that goes back to like really cool. I can't remember what it's called, but something high school, I think, is what their thing is called. I can't really remember if I'm being honest. I don't know. They have like this something university that I think that some of the gameplay goes through. But I think if we're looking at like comedy wise, I think Legends of Evantris is just unbeaten. Like they have the best clips. And, you know, whether or not that's staged or not, I do not care. That makes no difference. Because that'd be like hating a comedy movie for being like written or staged. Well, yeah, of course it is. It's a comedy movie, and I know the argument could be like, oh well, it's D&D, it's improv. It's supposed to be all natural. Who cares if it makes you laugh? Who cares? Who cares? Does it really matter in the long run? Like, at all? At all? But I feel that way about everything, though. Like, dude, Magic the Gathering, so fun. I love playing that with my friends. I played online for a little bit, but that's like a cesspool of like sweats. Like, don't get me started on the pain there. Okay, if we hit on, and then I don't know. I don't know what this is gonna look like. The idea is like a lamp. So, like white, just white on this wall, and then boom. Like there's your lamp. Hopefully that's the idea. Ooh. And then hopefully this isn't like a travesty and that I've just failed doing miserably. Let's see. Now, I think the weird part here is, like, obviously that strip is hidden pretty well. Not sure how we're going to hide this one at all, if I'm being honest. Major developments at play. We are in crippling financial debt. 2 jobs have been acquired. We were doing pretty good. One circumstance led to the next. I want to cry myself to sleep every night. That is beside the point. I got a call yesterday that I needed to go into work at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning. I said, yep, sure thing, boss. Happy to do it. Not even, to be clear, I'm not mad that they want me there at 2 in the morning. I said I would work. Right? It's not like a normal job in the sense that like it's literally like, hey, you owe us money. If you don't want to, if making payments are hard, we'll work you and then we'll take the money that we would normally pay you out of your hours. And I was like, that would be so epic. But I do have a normal job, and I can't wake up at 2 in the morning and risk not being on time for my actual job. So I was gonna go. I set the alarms last night. There was every intention to go do that job. Okay, slept through all of them. I woke up like at one point going, ugh. And I was telling my wife this morning, like, I'm pretty sure like I had like one of those like in school you think it's real piss your pants moment, or you like find out that you only have like underwear on and you're like, no. So I had like a hallucination last night that I got a phone call from them and being like, nah, it's not. We actually need to wait. Don't come in this morning. And I'm pretty sure my body was just like lying to me. Again, this needs to. Do you think it'll work for both? It does. That's so nice. That's so nice. I like that. I like that so much. Yeah, so small hallucination last night. I woke up this morning, 5:30 a.m. Not a big deal. But I wake up in just shambles. Like, no, I failed my people. But I still didn't want to go to work. So like an hour and a half went by before I even bothered texting to be like, hey, you guys still need help out there? Or yeah, thankfully that follow-up text was, nah, we basically took care of everything, no big deal. We'll see you tomorrow. I was like, thank you. Because to be honest, I need a day off. I need a day off. It has been rough. I mean, I told my coworkers at like my real job, and they were like, "Dude, that sucks." And I was like, "I know, I'm living it, brother." Okay, I'm just gonna pull out like a huge strip here, and then hopefully run this over. Big challenge for the day: Legos. On the move, so many of the Legos got destroyed. I want to work on them today, but I hate doing Legos. So much, I hate them. But I like the botanical sets, so if you like the botanical sets, you just have to put up with the fact that they're Legos. Even when they make you want to burn your eyes out. I'm just not very Lego inclined. I don't have the Lego technical skill to be able to manage the demand that they require of a person. All right. We're trying to finish the section. I think going back to kind of some of those older, early, like things that I recorded similar to this, you know, they're gonna be off and on. This might be the only one for, another year, but I think my current release schedule might be more active than Michael Reeves, so that's probably something. All right, we got as high up as my little fingers can go. Try to loop. It is not going to be long enough. There will be a gap. That is unfortunate. I really thought this was going to work. Like, perfectly. I'm rolling away. Come back. Apparently applying pressure in one direction imposes a force on the opposite direction or something. Ugh. Okay. We're almost done. Please. Don't fall. I'm going too far. Okay. We're almost there. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna die. The other term is much more stable. This is insane. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yes, the classic wheels that do not spin, my favorite. In this circumstance, actually, that is so true. Okay. And then maybe if they start peeling off the wall, we'll do like tape or something. There's a sizable 2.5 foot gap between them on the roof, which is so funny. Okay, and this could be a spare, I guess. The D&D mat. Okay, on all white. Hypothetically, in a completely dark room, that should be enough light. Hypothetically. Ideally, potentially. I feel like, yeah, it makes a pretty difference. It makes a huge difference on this Steam. Actually, there you go. New streaming lights. You're welcome. What can I say? I'm literally a professional DJ. I'm not. That doesn't look that bad. I'm sure is it glaring and gross looking almost. Yeah, but if you get past that, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Whew. So let's hit the major bullet points. A year in review. Renfest. Another Renfest. All right. Two Renfest. Uh, a wife. Wife, that's big. That's huge. Moved. Boom. Winning. Um, crippling debt. Yeah. Hey, that's the game. That's the game we play. Uh, we got some cool furniture in exchange. Not even cool. It was like American Furniture Warehouse, but they're nice. They're nice. So it was worth it. That bookshelf, two of them, $20. See, okay, so we're not just wasting money on furniture, all right, but we spent a little money on the kitchen table and the couch. So that was rough. Uh I don't even know. D&D. Yeah, D&D. That's a good one. That's a good one. The new job, big win. Not only new job, but started the new job was like, hey, this position you gave me, great. I love it. But there's other positions in this department that are even cooler. What if I did one of those? And they were like, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. End of a really busy work season, they're like, hey, we're gonna give you that other department. We'll send you down there. See what you think. I've been down there for maybe 2 months now. It's awesome. I love it. It's so cool, dude. Uh, there's like we do these like surveys, okay, and these surveys can get really routine and really just make you want to throw it all away. It's just like, wow, this again. Oh goodness, you mean every day? Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Ah. And then this other department, they have them, but they're not as often, and you have like actual jobs that you can do. So you're like, wow, it's not the same thing every day. Let's go. So that's been nice. That has been extremely pleasant, and lots of doctor's visits. So that's been good. That's been good. I went to the dentist in years. My thought was, okay, one, the dentist is just expensive. It's literally crazy. So you go to the dentist and they're like, yeah, so we're gonna brush your teeth, but like really aggressively. That's gonna be $300. And you're like, what are you talking about? What are you doing right now? And then, oh, rough, just rough. So I just put off going to the dentist for like 4 years. I finally got like really good insurance, and I was like, you know what? Let's go to the dentist, see what's up. And I've been brushing, once a day, twice a day. I try to keep up. I'm horrible at flossing. I try to do it like once a month. I just hate flossing. But if I see a little thingy, maybe I hit it. Maybe I do a little go in. They're like, yeah, you got a cavity in like three teeth. We need to do like a root canal. I was like, what are you talking about? My teeth don't look stained. And they're like, that does not matter. I was like, what it does to me. Uh, they did not. I think they may have done a root canal. I'm not even sure. But the lady comes in. There's like a nurse. She comes in and she's like, we're just gonna do a little bit of numbing and then we'll get the doctor in here and then we're gonna keep doing some other stuff. And I was just like, you do you whatever you gotta do, man. I'm laid across. And she's like rubbing a Q-tip around my gums, and then I feel the gums starting to go numb. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's the numbing. No big deal. Cool. We're moving on. Doctor comes in. My eyes are just closed. It's kind of like, I don't know, like if you go to a barber, I don't know if you're Chatty Cathy's, but like I'm just here to get the thing done. I'm not expecting us to be friends. I'm not going to pay you or tip you more like at the barber if you're nice to me. Like my best barber experience is I come in, I sit down, you say, what do you want? I go, this, I think. And then you go, okay, I got it. And then we try to do it. And if it works, it works. And I'm going to tip you like based on the amount of the haircut. If the haircut's $30, dude, you're getting 40. Boom. If I really like the haircut, maybe you're getting $15, So, but anywhere from 5 to 10 average tip, right? For your barber, right? And if it's really good, you're pumping that up a little bit. Maybe if they add in a little elbow on the shoulders, you're like, "Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you're getting 20." Um just the camera wobbling. Um don't talk to me. So the she comes in and she's like chit chatting. I'm like, first of all, what do you want for me to do? You got your finger in my mouth. What do you want me to do? Okay. Swab me up. She disappears, comes back in with the doctor. My eyes are closed, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I'll open my eyes. I'm like, "Oh, hello, hello." Corner of my eye, huge needle. I was like, followed it. I was like, "Oh," and it's just like, and I was like, it was just a glimpse, and I was like, "That was weird." Okay, okay. It comes into full line of sight as it's coming into my mouth, and I was like, "You didn't tell me about that. You didn't tell me about that." The needle, I don't even know what is whatever like the standard. It was large, like it was a needle, like a large needle. Like if you want a huge, I don't. I think my sizing, I don't know gauges. All right, I think what is like a zero, like a really big hole or something. So I don't. This was probably like a 20 or an 18 or something. Maybe it was larger than what a normal needle that you would see is, and so it was shocking as it comes into my mouth and my whole face becomes like stroke. Like when you're having a stroke, your face goes. That's what it felt like. This, I was like, "Am I having a stroke? What is happening to me?" Can no longer feel any of my face. Trying to use chapstick all day, I feel like I'm rubbing it on my lips or my cheek. I don't even know. I'm just like, I'm literally like, okay, okay, lip. Couldn't eat, couldn't drink. Like, I could, but it was like you could do it, but you can't feel it. And then you know how they talk about like if you bite your tongue, you could suffocate yourself. So now I'm freaking out about not being able to feel my face and not like having. I was like, dude, you got to give a person a heads up about that at least. But they finish the thing, they do the drilling, and then the nurse at some point drops the sucker to get the water out. So they just don't do it. They don't even replace it. I was like, this is crazy. And so we get done. My mouth is full of whatever. And she's like, you can spit in the sink. And I go, as it drips out of my face with no control. I looked like I was having a seizure and someone like standing up and just dribbling into a sink. I was like, what is happening? Why are we doing this to me? Huh? Someone just got on a video game I really like, dude. Hold up, I might shoot a text real quick. And be like, "Yo, we running it? We running it?" You know what? We'll do that. And we'll say it's good. Steam. Okay, games. There's a lot of good games coming out, or not coming out, but that are already out. I'm gonna give you my list. These are the things I've been playing over the last year that I think are in fact cooking right now. And it will always be cooking, I think. Uh, I'll mention some. There will be some honorable mentions that I think that if you're just a role play person and you enjoy playing and you haven't played them already, which would be insane, or at least seen or talked about them in some context because you have to. So just honorable mentions: Skyrim, Oblivion Remastered. Uh, I hear Warframe is coming back. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. Um, Not necessarily like something I think that like you should sit down and spend a bunch of time on right now, right? Um, so honorable mentions: Skyrim for sure. Kingdom Come Deliverance, so good. I have not played that much, but enjoying the hell out of it. I'm so bad at the fighting, uh, like it is a rough to watch. Those are just some honorable mentions for the RPG genre. But if we're looking primarily multiplayer FPS, all right, Battlefield 6, it hits. We've all been wary of the Battlefield series for the last couple years. We've all been wary of the Call of Duty series. Like they looked like we were declining. All right. But I promise you, Battlefield 6, Worth it. Dark and Darker. If you're into the Xfil games, Dark and Darker, Hunt Showdown, 1896, Marathon, as far as I understand, came out recently. Good. It is good. I don't have friends that play it right now. I'm supposed to have a friend who plays it, I think. I think he plays it. We're supposed to play today, I think. Um, if you're into survival stuff, Windrose, pirate survival game, kind of similar to Conan. That survival, really great. Like Ark Survival, Windrose, pirate, like that's been cool. I've not played a bunch of it, but I enjoy the heck out of it. Um, I think those are my honorable mentions. I think that right now those are the things that are really keeping me going. Uh, I will say, oh, Siege, obviously. Like I've always been a huge Siege guy. I fell off for a while. Well, playing wise, I fell off, but just that game took a break, came back. I'm bad now, but it's good. I still love the game. Still fantastic. Um, there's a lot to be said for other shooter games. I mean, you obviously have your hero shooters, which I'm not really big on. So I won't weigh in, but I do know that my friends are really big on Overwatch 2. They did the Marvel Rivals thing, wasn't about it. They like it, but Overwatch is too much. It's like it's too ingrained into their soul to like make the switch. Um, Fragpunk, Fragpunk's a good. If you like you get like semi Gunner skins and then like semi Gunner. Okay, we're not tied. Like it's not, they don't do the overboard, which I enjoy, but I will say the physics. Let's cool it, people. All right. At some point, we have to draw a line. Okay, are we playing games or are we gooning? Okay, get a grip. Uh, yeah, I think those are probably the winners, just in general. You know what? Battlefield 2042 had potential. I think they flopped. I think I liked the multiplayer, but it still wasn't the same. Um, I think what they had that was good was that like semi battle royale thing they did. I'm not really sure if it was a battle royale. It was more of like an intel gathering thing. I think you're supposed to grab like intel with a bunch of teams who are also trying to get the same intel. You attacked each other and then you extract it. I'm not entirely sure. They flopped because there was no VoIP. I am on teams with other people and I cannot talk to them. That is insane. I need to be able to talk to these people, especially if they're my only teammates and we only get one life. Like that, you would think that it's a critical part of that game mode. And I don't know if they ever added it at some point, but when I was playing it, it was not there, and that was the appeal for me. And when I would get back on a couple months, it still wasn't there. So it was like, okay, well, I'm not going to play this if I can't play the thing. That's me. That's just me, but I did like 2042. Another honorable mention, actually, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm pretty sure, like, as far as like uh content value, I think it's really diminished. I don't think there's a lot of people playing that anymore, um, or putting videos on it unless like that's their game, unless that's like their content game. Because I know a lot of people like when Skyrim was out, like they mined like Skyrim for everything that it had. Um, there was MXM mods that he did Skyrim and Fallout mods forever until he got into general gaming because like that wave is just like we don't have a lot of um people who make content of like one specific thing anymore, right? You ride the wave because our attention spans are diminishing, right? uh which, to be honest, it's sad. All right, I liked writing. Like, if I wanted to watch content about Skyrim, I wanted to find someone who played Skyrim a bunch, you know? Like, now that that's gone, it's kind of sad. I liked Destiny 2. It fell off a lot, but you had Sir D who made a bunch of Destiny content, and it was good. It was good Destiny content. And, it's hard to find. Like, if you're trying to find specific content about a specific game, it's hard to find someone or a YouTuber who will actually, like,
play a game in its entirety now, and push out a lot of videos for that content, for that specific game. And that's so sad to be. Sorry for ranting. Okay. Those are the honorable mentions. Yeah, Year in Review. That's what this was. And a LED installation. So you're welcome. This isn't a bad timestamp. We got 45 minutes on this, and I'm probably gonna have to extend that by like 20, 30 seconds just on a technicality. So it was good catching up, gamers. You have a good one.